Hello friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets. Just wanted to go ahead and come on here to go ahead and do an update now that we are on week 21 of budgeting, to take a look at how things have changed since the beginning. If you're new to this channel, my husband and I embarked on a journey to go ahead and get out of $69,000 worth of debt within the next 5 years in order to get into our first home. Our very first video, which I think a lot of you subscribe to my channel for, involved me filling out this form. What I have done, if you remember, I went through with the pink. When I got that consolidation loan, I put some notes in, all that. What I've done is actually, I rewrote it, because in that first video, I just referred to each credit card as credit card 1, 2, 3 through 10. So I went ahead and changed them to their actual credit cards so that we can do a comparison today to our beginning debt. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I did purchase these 0.5 friction pens, so I'm going to give it a shot today. Let's see how I like it. And currently, our number one priority is my Barclay. And that is the account holder for our Dell. It's currently sitting at $2,258.94 with a 0% interest rate, because we did do a balance transfer onto the Barclay. And the minimum payment on that is $29. Number 2 in our debt priority is my husband's Barclay, which currently has our Capital One debt. It's currently sitting at $1,050.68 with a 0%, because it was transferred from Capital One to my husband's Barclay. Now, it is a new transfer, so they haven't set a minimum onto it yet. But I'm sure that the $80 that we put onto it is going to be well above whatever minimum they set. Our third on the list of priority is our Slate. And that currently has a balance of $3,607 with 58 cents. The interest rate on this is 14.99%, and the minimum is $91. Number 4 is the Chase Freedom credit card. That currently has a balance of $4,826.87. with an interest rate of 14.99%. And the minimum on that is $119. As I mentioned in my last debt number, or not debt number, but our updated budget for the last week, these minimum payments are actually creeping up as the overall interest rates have been going up. So they are, you'll notice when I hold them next to each other that they're actually higher than they were when these balances were much higher. Our 5th on the list of priority is my husband's Southwest credit card. And that has a balance of $6,335.29. The interest rate on that is 15.24%, and the minimum is $158. Surprisingly, those are all the credit cards that we are currently paying off. I'm going to go ahead and skip a line for our personal loans. So our Upstart loan number 1, which we had going into this debt journey, is currently sitting at $10,247.16. It has an interest rate of 14.4%, and we pay a minimum of $940.76 a month on that. Luckily, we only have about, I want to say, 11 more payments on this credit card or on this loan to completely close it out or finish paying it. Debt priority number 7 is our Upstart loan number 2. Now this is the consolidation loan that we took out. It looks like initially we took it out for $35,000, and it's currently sitting at $32,870.72 with an interest rate of 7.74% and a minimum payment of $711.04. Our last debt, which is last but certainly not least, is my husband's student debt, which you'll see on my budgets as Advantage. The Advantage student debt is a little different than all the other debts that we pay because he is on a pay-as-you-earn income repayment plan, which means that once he makes 20 years of minimum payments on that loan, they will be forgiven. We are currently at about 10 years, so it's not optimal for us to change things up at this point. And that's the reason why when I mentioned $69,000, it is a different number when I include this Advantage on there. So Advantage is currently sitting at $72,406.26. Every loan has different interest rates, which is why I put not applicable. And also we are in that forbearance time period, but we have opted to continue making payments. So that is why I have put that NA on there. The minimum that we're paying currently on this is $180.84. Friends, that's all the debt we have right now. Let's go ahead and add our current balances up. Let me make sure that this is in frame, and it looks like it is. So when I add these values together, let's see. And then the big mama. We are sitting at a total, and I'll put total down here, of $133,603 with 50 cents. When I add up our minimum payments, let's see. We are currently sitting at $2,229.64. That comes out of our budget every month in order to pay these bills. Let's go ahead and pull our first numbers. And I'm gonna grab a highlighter to help me with this. Comparing just the accounts, we have already closed the Best Buy, which was the first debt that we actually paid off on our own. Let's see. The Dell, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close off the ones that we had already paid off, and then I'm gonna keep those original debts on there since those amounts originally were on those debts. So we did close the Barclay. So my husband's Barclay was closed. My Barclay was closed. The Discover credit card was closed. And the Venture One credit card has gotten closed. So instead of having 10 credit cards that we're paying off, we're currently only paying 5, which is awesome for only having been on this journey for 21 weeks. Now, looking at the starting balances for our current snowball, which is that Dell, we did start off with a starting balance of $3,090.43, and we are currently sitting at $2,258.94, which means that we have currently paid off $831.49 from that snowball in a short time period. Our second debt, which is the Capital One, that was sitting at $3,105.95, and it's currently sitting at $1,050.68. which means that $2,055.27 has been paid down on our number 2 debt. Now, to be honest with you all, looking at the slate, the value has not come down very much. We have only been paying the minimum, which I can tell you right now has gone from $85 to $91, which is basically that increase that I had shared or that I had noticed. Our Freedom, on the other hand, that one's gone down even less, and we've only been paying the minimum payments. When I stop and think about this, it makes me sick because we've been paying, let's say, $118 for 4 months. And that totals about $472. When I take the initial amount that was on that card to what the card has now, I didn't do that right. Those $400 and some odd dollars have only brought that debt down $38.78. If you've watched my videos up until now, you know how sick it makes me to throw money away for interest. And that's exactly what's happening. And that is what motivates me to stay on this journey. Now, obviously, we did not pay most of this debt off completely on our own, which is why we have that second Upstart loan. It was our consolidation loan, but it is at a much less interest rate than what we were paying, which it looks like the highest interest we had on a credit card that luckily did get closed was 27.4%, and that's astronomical. So I'm happy with the fact that now it's down to 7.74. Let's go ahead and take a look at the differences between our totals when we started. So we started off with $139,862.39 minus the balance as of now, which means that we have paid off, and I'm going to go ahead and use a different color for this. Let's use pink. So we have paid off $6,258.89. That is awesome, because in 20 weeks, which is 4 months, that's a lot. I'm very proud of ourselves. Looking at our minimum payments, our minimum payments are $240.05 less than they were when we had started, which is awesome. Now that I go ahead and fill this form out again, my friends, I don't know why I stopped doing it, because look at the change that it showed just in 4 months. I will go ahead and I think start incorporating this form in the closeout of our quarters, just to continue motivating ourselves and you guys to see how much we've actually paid off in debt. Currently, let's go ahead and see how much we've paid off of the $69,000 worth of debt that we had. And what we do for this is we take this total amount and we take away the advantage amount, which is awesome. So our debt repayment goal is currently at $61,000. It's $61,197.24. When I take that away from the $69,000 we started off with, we're down $7,802.76. Wow. That's great. You may be asking why it's more than what I have calculated as our paid off debt. If we go back to the original form that I had put all my notes on, when we took out this second personal loan, which is the Upstart number 2, we only received $32,000, but the loan was for $35,000. We ended up having to pay catch up in order to start actually making a dent in our debt journey. And that leads to why this payoff amount, which I'm just going to put next to it, we're down $7,802 with 76 cents. Those $7,800 are less or are more than what has actually come off of our debt. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I think that things that make sense in my mind don't come out as clearly when I speak them. But yes, friends, this is where we are currently sitting. I hope to have updates for you as the quarters kind of go on. I think that this is an awesome start, and it just goes to show that if you follow the budget, you will see things work. It's not always, it's not the budget's fault. Let me put it that way. It's user error when things don't go the way that they're supposed to go. Or sometimes things happen in life that will skew the debt journey, but that's okay as long as you just keep going. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to go ahead and watch this content. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go hang out with family again. I thought we were going to get rained out because it's been really cloudy today, but it was the sprinklers that got us all wet. So we came home for a couple hours and then we'll get together for dinner later. I hope each and every one of you has an amazing rest of your weekend. I will see you tomorrow with our August week 5 budget. Take care, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.